Ooh, thank you for tuning in on yet another one. Live anime, behind the scenes of Mr. Me. Red Your Broker, these are my sponsors. Muno Delane, Spa, Get Going Pest Control. Thank you so much. If you want to be a sponsor, I encourage that. It's going towards a good cause. Um, I'm gonna blow up, guys. So here is this is the pineal gland. All right, this is a chamber of council. I should say the chamber of council, the council of of ideas of enlightenment, and you make it here primarily through meditation. In meditation, you have three. There's four phases, but there's three that we want to concentrate on. You have the three. Um, so when you go down to when I go to meditate, right? There's three stages I have to overcome in order to get into that peace, right? You got the first stage is when you go to sit down, it's the quieting all the noise. So I call it the um, silencing the voices or the voice. Peace be still. Second phase is hold the silence. You want to hold that. I want to hold the silence for as long as possible. And if we rewind it to the first stage of all those voices and chitter chatter, it's my voice, obviously, but it's so much of my voice. It's so much going on, with what I could be doing other than the 10 minutes it's going to take and how it's a waste of the time. And, it's so much stuff that's going on that's stopping me from spending that time. It's just 10 minutes, but for me it feels like it's a challenge, it's a battle. Then once I get past that, I find myself in silence. So the second stage is hold the silence. Peace, hold the silence. And then the third stage is the spoken word. When I think that after I've held the silence, whatever whatever the voice says to me, and this is me, whatever I say to me, that's the thing that always motivates me for the day. It encourages me for the day. So here, the reward in the comic is this place here, which in turn is the game part of the comic, of the mask, of the me universe. And this is the upload is completed once you can go past this place here. Because this place here is what creates the moment. It is the time in between thought and action, in between reflex. Thought and action. This is the place. This place exists there where a person can be born, learn how to walk, grow older, start school, get a girlfriend, graduate, get a job, get married, have his own kids, become, a dad. His kids have kids, become a grandkid, a grandfather, and then pass away. All in a matter of a second. Faster than thought. But here it's slow down, and it's infinite. The pineal gland. Meditation is important. It's time with yourself. It's the ability for you to literally be counseled and bathed in who you are. Do you know that who you are is how magnificent your world is? Things are great. If you can listen to somebody say they're dope, don't give the praise to them. I hate to say it. It's you. It's the ability for you to know that that was awesome. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to get you this pineal gland vibe when you see this. And then the vibe, the vibe is important. Because we are very vibratorial people. Very vibratory race. And the music, the vibe, it runs in my soul. It's etched in our language. That's how much it runs in our soul that it interpretates itself in our language. We speak about it. And I think most of the time we don't even understand what we're saying. Yeah, it means something. Like many words that we use, just because we use it doesn't mean that we have an understanding of what it means. Just because you say rose doesn't mean that you've ever touched or smelled a rose. And it doesn't really matter. It just only matters that you can connect those words to help tell a story. But there's stories that have been told that are real. But because we're so used to hearing stories that no one really cares because it's too, you're going on like a emotional hot potato where you don't have the time to care so much about all the stories because not every one of them are careable. Some of them are just meant for good stories, but then there are some stories, I guess, that devaluates the stories that your mama told or your great-grandma told that have been passed through your lineage. So here, I wanted it to represent enlightenment. And it be the place where, from the download, from the mental state, from the ability to hone into yourself, to look into the void of all that space, of that darkness. I hate even calling it darkness, but that void, all that void is, when I think in my head, I don't know what it is I want, but I know I'm thinking about it. And the more attention I give to that, the more it morphs into what it is that I want to see. And then once it's something that I've grasped and wrapped my mind around, then the light comes on and illuminates it. And then I'm able to play around with the pieces now, but the light only came on. But in the dark, it already existed. Everything exists in the darkness of your mind. In that brown space, that closure, in that space is where you get enlightenment. And enlightenment is when you see it for what it is. So here you have a couple things that I play around with. And this is from studies. You can go on my YouTube, on my Instagram, really on my Twitter, and you can hear me talking about texting. And this is what I've been researching this for a pretty long time. So here, I just wanted my objective was to make it come alive, to be able to paint the picture. So y'all enjoy, man. I'm excited about this one. I can't wait to get this done and put into the storyline. Man, I thank you guys, and you folks so much for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you again. And remember, always be creative and don't stop drawing.